everyone, this is Anna Portia.
Actually, this is movie dissection with Wizard, and today we're going to be talking about the Hungry Games.
Wizard, this is not time for movie dissection. This is my review time.
Oh yeah! I happen to have hijacked the time slot.
Tell you what, I'll do my review and then you can do yours. I'll give you a Mountain Mist.
Fine.
Anyway, hi everyone, this is Anna Portia, and today we're going to be talking about the Hunger Games. Although these movies aren't exactly new, I've never actually seen them before until now, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about. Let's get into it. Okay, so the movie starts off with an interview between the talk show host Caesar Flickerman and the head game master.
First, it was a reminder of the rebellion. It was a price the districts had to pay. But I think it is something that knits us all together.
Wait, that's the guy from Captain America, the doctor. What is he doing here? I thought he was back in 1940 with Steve Rogers. What is he doing working for the Capitol? From this scene, we jump straight into where all the peons live, aka District 12.
What are you gonna do with that when you kill it?
Damn you, Gale. It's not funny.
What are you gonna do with a 100-pound deer, Catnip?
So this is Gale, and he's immediately the most hated character in the movie for me. Like, what even kind of question is that? Oh, what are you gonna do with that anyways? Like, what do you mean, what was I gonna do with it? I could, let's see, eat it, I don't know, sell it, both. Like, that could literally be dinner for like 3 weeks or something. And he just gets in the way and makes it run away. Like, he's so annoying. Even in this first introductory scene, he's freaking annoying. So everyone's preparing for the reaping, and this is Katniss's little sister's first year of being included in the honor of who gets to go murder or be murdered by other people. Obviously, Prim's not gonna get chosen.
Primrose Everdeen.
I mean, as I was saying, Prim was definitely going to get chosen for this, and Katniss is not having any of that, so it leads to the most amazing cut in cinema history.
I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
I'm just gonna show that one more time, just in case you didn't catch it. Ready?
I volunteer!
See what I mean? She just pushed she's behind that 1 second, the next second they're just like, oh, what happened? And you're like, okay. Alright, I'm not the director. Now, all of this is contrasted quite starkly with the choosing of the next tribute, which everyone's just kind of like,
Who cares?
Now, for the boys. Peeta Malark.
and after this, he was just so excited to take them to the Capitol. I mean, who wouldn't want to be dragged away against their will to the killing fields? On the way to the Capitol, they meet their trainer, and the meeting between the three can pretty much be summed up as Katniss not speaking, Peeta attempting to speak, and Haymitch over here in the corner drinking adult beverages. So the next morning, Haymitch and Peeta are getting along a little better than they were the day before, and Katniss and Haymitch are getting along about as badly.
Pass the marmalade. When you're in the middle of the games and you're starving or freezing, some water or even some matches can mean the difference between life and death. And those things only come from sponsors. And to get sponsors, you have to make people like you. And right now, sweetheart, you're not off to a real good start.
And Peeta's just like, nobody stab anybody, okay? I'm just trying to eat breakfast here, alright? Alright, let's try to keep, like, no bloodshed, okay? So now that the tributes have all been introduced to the luxury and pizzazz of the Capitol, it's time to show them all off to all the citizens of Panem, which is the whole country, since I actually didn't clarify that before. Where was I? Oh yeah, right. The parade. So, they're all getting their costumes, and hold on a minute. That guy? Yeah, that guy. This guy right here, right next to Tucci. That guy was also in Captain America. He's the evil doctor who tortures Bucky. Oh my gosh. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Captain America himself came walking into this movie. I mean, actually, we kind of need him in here. I mean, all this injustice and unfairness. I mean, we need Captain America to come in here and put things right in the truth, justice, and the American way. You know what I'm saying?
You know what my mother said? She said District 12 might finally have a winner. But she wasn't talking about me. She was talking about you.
So the first thing we learn from this scene is that Peeta's mother is a horrible human being. I mean, how do you get that from that? I don't know. The second thing we learn is that Peeta is a very willful individual. I mean, thus far, he has been the one who's more interested in the training and stuff. Like, he was the one who's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to Haymitch and try to figure out as much as I can, while Katniss was kind of giving Haymitch the silent treatment for a little bit there. But now that we know, he's kind of like,
we're all gonna die.
He's definitely got some chutzpah, I'll say that. We also learned that Katniss actually does kind of know Peeta from previously, slightly, which brings me to this. This right here? Yeah. Literally the only reason anyone is Team Gale right here.
I don't want that! It is yours! Take it back! They cannot.
Muddy bread, Peeta. Give it your A game, I gotta say. Also, the fact that he's like 10 feet shorter. Because that's like super important to some people for some very unknown reason to me.
I would just like to say that he is the best character in the entire movie. There's absolutely no hate to him because he was just scared of his mother because she's a horrible schmuck. I would also just like to say that I am aware that in the books it is different. I don't read the whole books, I'm just talking about the movies here, so I know that they kind of messed up the scene in the movie.
So, yes. Disclaimer over. Let's get on with the video. So after this, we get a training montage, which shows us the different skill sets of each tribute, especially the ones who will be important later on, like Jock and Doofus friend and Jock girlfriend. For the life of me, I can't remember any of their names, except I think Kato. I don't know, who cares, it's not important. What is important, however, is that Katniss straight up shoots at these people. And they're just like, what is going on here?
Thank you for your consideration.
So, once all the training's over, everyone gets their scores. And actually, it's kind of treated like getting a high score is good, but if you actually think about it, that means that you're more dangerous. So, since Katniss got a higher score, that means people would be more worried about her than Peeta, who got an 8, and she got an 11. So that means actually, if you think about this, Peeta did a better job because people don't see him as much of a threat. So he's actually very cunning.
Peeta Malone. 8.
Excellent.
Yeah, bravo. Katniss Everdeen. 11. Yes, 11.
Congratulations.
Anyway, so just the way Effie is the only one who acknowledges Peeta's hard work here is just. Alright, here's the update to his plan. It's set to defeat, try anyway, and get overshadowed by Katniss, who barely tried at all. That's great. Well, Mom, looks like you were right. Oh my gosh. Poor Peeta. So now that all the training is over and everyone has their scores in and stuff, it's time to appeal to the public. And we learn something very interesting about Peeta.
Tell me, is there a special girl back home?
Well, there's this one girl that I've had a crush on forever. But I don't think she actually recognized me until the reaping.
Well, I'll tell you what, Peeta. You go out there, and you win this thing. And when you get home, she'll have to go out with you.
I don't think winning's gonna help me at all.
And why not?
Because she came here with me.
Haymitch is the true mastermind of this movie. He's just like, crush, who said? Well, I have the most brilliant idea Never!
I have a cunning plan to solve the problem.
And Katniss is over here like, boo.
He did you a favor. Now, I can sell the Star-Crossed Lovers from District 12.
We are not Star-Crossed Lovers.
It's a television show.
So after that, Katniss, as in after Katniss almost murders Peeta, after the interviews, they have a little heart-to-heart.
I'm sorry I went after you.
You know, I meant that as a compliment.
I know.
Yeah, I just keep wishing that I could think of a way to show them that they don't own me. You know, if I'm gonna die, I want to still be me.
I think this scene did a really good job of laying the groundwork of where these two stand and how differently they look at things. This is critical in understanding how they both see the world, especially in Peeta's case, where he doesn't want anything to change him fundamentally as a person, which entails that Peeta fully understands that if he wins, he will be giving up a part of him, and this scene tells us that he values his morality over his life. And Katniss understands this, but at the same time she holds her responsibility to her family extremely high, and at this point in time is more concerned about winning than about the consequences of winning. I think it also subtly hints to the terribleness of Peeta's own family, since unlike Katniss, he is not overly concerned about how his death will affect them, since it's made pretty clear in other points of the film that his family doesn't care too much about him, especially his mother. And also just the appalling way of the crowd just cheering in the background really just adds to the whole sickness of the games. Okay, so after that, we get into the game.
They'll put all kinds of stuff right in front, right in the mouth of the cornucopia. There'll even be a bow there. Don't go for it.
Why not?
It's a bloodbath. They're trying to pull you in.
So actually, I think they did I'm gonna be real, I think they did a good job showing the brutality of this horrific thing without making the movie audience an accomplice with the audience in the movie. And by that I mean the audience in the movie who are watching the actual Hunger Games for entertainment or watching children kill other children for entertainment, while the movie makers did a good job of showing it to us, as in the people who are watching a movie for a movie's sake, as a horrific thing, but they didn't really show that much. You don't actually see all the violence. It lets you know exactly what's happening, but it doesn't sort of expose the audience to like quite the same amount of carnage that the actual audience would be seeing. Also, Peeta over here just making a beeline for the woods. He knows what's up. Gotta hand it to him. Oh, great. Here come the idiots. Ah! Peeta, what are you doing here? You get away from those people right now. Although, while it's not like super clarified or anything, I'm pretty sure it was just he just ran into them and then he was like, well, I guess I'll do this. You don't slit my throat or something, which is understandable. And also, I'm pretty sure later, when they actually do run into her and they actually like see her, I think he might have been deliberately diverting them. And I'll point that out when we get to that part in the movie, which is like the next part.
Sir. She is almost at the edge, 2 kilometers away from the nearest tribune.
Let's turn her around.
There's a fire! There's a fire!
There, see? Because they started the fire, so then she ran back, and they were actually going in the other way, but she like ran, did like a whole circle thing. So I think that he was trying to lead them away from her, but I'm not sure. As I said, it's not really clarified, and that's just how I decide to look at it. Oh boy, here comes the douche brigade. Well, except you, Peeta, not you. So much for training for their whole life. Yeesh, they can't even hit anything.
Let's just wait her out. She's gotta come down at some point, that or starve to death.
Okay. Somebody make a fire.
So once again, the careers of the biggest dinglings on the planet. Not only can they not hit anything, they decide to sleep directly under the tree. It seems that Peeta's the only one smart enough to not do this. So they all get stung and Katniss escapes. And then she gets helped by this little girl called Rue.
How long was I asleep?
A couple of days.
What happened while I was out?
The girl from 1 and the boy from 10.
And the boy from my district?
Yeah, he's okay. I think he's
Down by the river!
Is all of that true?
What?
You and him.
That would be me. I'd be like, yo, I heard these rumors going around. Is this true? Because I need to know. Considering Rue has such short screen time, she's actually a very memorable character and also a very important one because it really shows how people in very difficult times, people are capable of finding kindness inside themselves, especially in the context of like the games. This has not been seen before, and I think another interesting thing about this is that Rue kind of looks up to Katniss as sort of a caretaker, older sibling sort of, and Katniss is really willing to take on this role because of her own little sister, and she sort of feels just more protective of Rue because of this, I feel. Also, because Rue saved her, so I think it's a good testimony to how people can rise to the occasion and not become animalistic even though everything around them is falling apart and everyone else has kind of lost sight of their own humanities to a certain degree. After having their little chat, Katniss and Rue decide to come up with a plan. They're going to blow up all the supplies to destroy the career's resource edge. Psychopath Jock murders one of his teammates, Katniss blows everything up, and Rue dies. So President Snow is not going to just stand idly by while some person ruins his violent, horrific games with niceness. So he decides to appropriately chew out the head game master. And I took it upon myself to ensure that the scene got all of the intensity that it deserved.
Attention, tributes, attention. From now on, 2 victors may be crowned if both originate from the same district.
I'm not gonna lie, I was suffering from major AOPD, that's absence of Peeta disorder, in case you were not up to the latest slang that I literally just made up 10 seconds ago. So, it's about time he's back. No hate to Katniss, but Peeta's gonna need a back brace by the end of this movie for carrying the whole thing. That's a joke, I'm kidding.
We'll just get you some medicine.
Katniss, I don't get many parachutes.
We'll figure something out.
Yikes! Not Haymitch roasting Katniss's kissing abilities. Oh my gosh. What struck me as interesting though is since Haymitch and like sponsors can send them stuff, what would happen if like anyone could send them messages or something? That could be kind of funny. They'd be getting like fan mail or hate mail. Don't tell me that Gale would not be sending some hate mail this way after this encounter.
A few moments later.
But anyway, at least we get an apology from Peeta concerning a certain dirty bread incident. That better not be Peeta. For real though, we all know that there's 3 more movies. There's no way he's dying.
Are you okay? I heard the cannon. You scared me to death. Damn you.
I'm sorry.
So now the only ones left are them and Kato, and they just yeet Kato off the building, so they win.
Attention, tributes. There has been a slight rule change. Only one victor may be crowned. Good luck.
Go ahead. One of us should go home.
That is the sweetest thing I have ever seen.
No.
Honestly, somebody should make him eat nightlock berries.
Stop! Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the winners of the 74th Annual Hunger Games.
So that was The Hunger Games. I actually thought it was a pretty decent movie. The characters were definitely my favorite thing about it. Obviously, Peeta was my favorite, but I also really liked Haymitch, Effie, Rue, and it took some time for me to warm up to Katniss, but by the time I rewatched it, I liked her too. I also thought the premise and themes were interesting, and I found it very interesting to see how each character approached their world in such a drastically different way, which gives the viewer kind of several different viewpoints, even when most of the focus is on Katniss. Initially, I thought it was going to be one of those chosen teenager saves the world trope, but I was actually pleasantly surprised that this was not the case at all, unlike a lot of these YA type things. And lastly, I liked how one of the main themes was morality and what it means to maintain your humanity in such deranged circumstances. So those are my thoughts, and just as I promised, Wizard, you could take it away.
It's about time! So pretty much this movie is Catnip Evergreen and Peeta Malarkey go and fight Jokey kids.
Wizard, it's Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Malark.
Who cares? Not Wizard. Get out of here! You already took a 3-hour explanation about this stupid movie. It's my turn!
Okay, alright, I'm out.
Anyway, so Catnip and Peeta win, and then that jokey clone Santa Claus is pretty mad about that, and murders the guy with the weird beard, and Catnip and Peeta win all the money! I thought it was kind of boring. There was no disco, no Tom Selleck, and no John Travolta. I give this movie a 2 out of 10.
Well, there you have it. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching and have an awesome rest of your day.